Okay, maybe now we're live. Weird. Going live. It says I'm live now. Okay, finally, we're live. Welcome to the live stream Wednesday night. It's been a little bit. We're back. So I think we're live. There's a new setup. There's a new studio YouTube. So I hate when they change things because it's just I don't know if it's working, and you know you get used to one thing and then
your balls,
all right, here we go. We got I'm watching my own stream. There we go. So we are live. It is working. Just getting used to the changing technology. It's kind of weird. I'm not really sure if I did it right. Anyway, welcome to here. I need to be able to read people's comments too. Hey guys, what's going on? Wednesday night live stream. It's been a little bit. My you guys know that my camera was broken and it was out getting fixed, and the new one just it wasn't working. I think it worked one night, and you know I think John uses the same setup where it just turns off in 29 minutes. But mine was doing something weird where it was splitting the screen, so you would see the bottom half of me here and the top half of me down here. So I stopped doing live streams. But here we are. I got my camera back. My latest video shows that happening. I got the package 4 days before I opened it. See, the package was right on my doorstep, and I was expecting some other things, and I totally wasn't expecting my camera. So I just grabbed the box and I put it on the table, and I normally do unboxing videos when I get enough stuff, and I knew that there was a few companies that were sending me some things. So I was waiting until everything came in so I could do a small little unboxing video. And then about 4 days later, I just kind of looked at what it was, and I saw Sony, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. You know, the last 4 days I could have been making videos or streaming with my good camera here. And I wasn't. I was kind of bummed that I had my old camera because it just wasn't living up to what I had here. And doing the live streams every night up until then was just kind of a bummer that I wasn't able to do those. So I did a couple live streams down in the kitchen on my cell phone, but that was also not as good. So I'm glad I got it back. And if you didn't see that video yet, go check it out. It's on the Vegan Zombie channel, where I get the surprise, the camera, and I open up some other products. So yeah. I'm only gonna be on tonight for probably another almost an hour. I gotta leave at 10, and then I have another video plan that I'm gonna be doing later on. So. Really hot here today, 90 degrees. How's everyone else doing here in the world? Let's read some questions here, or comments. Nice to see everybody again, too. It's been a while. Graven babies with the skulls and pumpkins. Are you getting me ready for Halloween? My cameras are possibly haunted. I don't know. See, the thing is my camera was fixed pretty fast, but Craig has the same problem with his camera, and I think he told me it took him like 2 months to get his camera back. So that's why I hesitated for so long to send my camera back, because I knew I wouldn't have it for potentially that long. And with the whole pandemic going on, I just assumed that they were going to take extra long to do this, and I didn't know if there was, they were if they were back at work, if, they don't seem like essential workers fixing cameras. So, I was surprised. It only took about 2 weeks or so, probably less if I opened the package when it actually came. And I didn't get an email. So that's another reason why I wasn't on the lookout for it. But yeah, I don't know. What else? What's out? What else is everyone up to? Pretty hot there too. Yeah, I've been pretty much inside all day. It's pretty hot out. Did some yard work and stuff yesterday. Pretty proud of that. The yard looks nice, adult stuff. It is. It's really me. I'm here. You guys missed the live streams. I miss doing them, but yeah, like I said, I wasn't. It didn't. It made me not want to do them with my phone or my other camera. I think one of the videos that I put out, the after it was already like rendered and posted to YouTube, it was a cooking video I did in the kitchen. The quality is so bad, it's embarrassing. It's like 360. It never. I don't know what was wrong there. I don't know if it was because of my internet connection downstairs and I did it from my laptop. Right now I got my desktop and I got it directly plugged into my internet, so that's why it's such a much better video, a much better picture here. And I'm able to use my microphone right now because the whole reason my camera was broken in the first place was because the audio jack wasn't working, and I got this. I had a bunch of gift cards for Amazon, so I bought a nice microphone, which I thought it was my old microphones that weren't working right, but in fact. It was, and this is all the way back from like December when I was doing videos, and I was wondering why you heard so much like clattering and clunking around. I thought the microphone was broken, but it turned out that it was the audio jack on the camera, so everything I was hearing was onboard audio, and it was picking up the sound from, I think, the little clinky things on the side, which is kind of weird, but it's what the strap hooks onto. So I have a nice microphone with it too now. So hopefully my next few videos, we can see that in the quality. It just, it sucks, doing, YouTube as long as I have and putting out a video that has a 360 quality. Let's see, what's in the comments. John Venus isn't vegan anymore. Funny enough that that I think that's the video I want to do tonight. One of my friends alerted me of that a couple days ago when the video came out, and I haven't watched it yet. So I think, I want to do a reaction video to that for a video. What do you guys think? Hummus Hero, nice to see you too. Have a great night. If you gotta go, you gotta go. You're going raw tomorrow. You spent way too much. I was just saying that. Like, it really is. It's depending on where you live. In most places, it's super expensive to be raw vegan. You can go out there and spend all this money and have enough for like one meal as a raw vegan. And that's what I've experienced, to be honest. And I was thinking that, if you had, a nice enough garden, then you could do that for basically free. You have your garden going, you upkeep your garden, and you grow all your fruits and vegetables and herbs and berries and whatever, and there you go. You don't have to go buy it at the store. You have your own garden. And I got some tomato plants, and they're both like dying. Well, one of them, the cherry tomatoes, is like totally dead, but I'm still trying to water it. Got it at a farmer's market. Probably wasn't ideal, and it was really cold the first week after I got it. But I'm still trying to keep it alive, even though it's pretty much dead. But it did bloom a few tomatoes, and they're really good. And then the other plant has some, bigger, like the beefsteak tomatoes. It's kind of weird that that's what they're called. They're totally vegan, but those tomatoes, super, super good. I mean, these are, you guys know, if you grow your own food like that, they're so much better than when you buy them in the store. And yeah, I've been really snacking on a lot of healthy foods lately. What's up, No Egg Craig? I've been talking with No Egg Craig today. About something. Actually, I've been talking to a few people about it, so I might as well say it right now. Somebody that was following me crossed the line and decided to start trying to contact me on my personal phone, and I have no clue how they got that number. And that's weird. That's you know, that's when I start blocking people. And I'm not the kind of person that blocks people. You know, I've done this for like 11 years and I've literally maybe blocked 2 hardcore trolls. Like, I just don't like blocking people. But when you start calling my personal phone number and stuff and sending me mail, that it's just weird. Okay? So I mean, I don't mind some mail going to the PO box and stuff like this, but you know, like this kind of crosses the line here. So I was talking about that to a few of you guys. Okay, so a reaction video to John. Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, you know, I'm interested. I want to see it. You know, and before, you know, I've got my theories, I've got my assumptions, but I want to watch it first before I say anything. Your garden isn't growing fast enough. I don't even have a garden. I wish I did, but I don't. You know, part of the reason it just recently started getting warm out. And before that, it was snowing like literally 2.5 weeks ago, and now it's 90. So, yeah, John Kohler is. I'm actually personal friends with John Kohler, so yeah, he's a good source for growing your greens. The nuts and the hemp seeds. I don't know. For me, Trini, it's the produce that's pretty expensive. You know, the produce is very expensive. Like, I try, you know, and I did some videos where I went to the farmer's market and stuff, but for some reason, our farmer's market, the last few times I went, the produce is complete garbage. So that leaves Aldi, which is hit or miss, or Trader Joe's, which is okay. It leaves Wegmans. Wegmans always has good produce, but it's pricey. But you can always count on Wegmans for good produce. So, yeah. But hemp seeds are pretty cheap. Nuts can get expensive, like cashews, and I've got a huge bag of almonds, raw almonds from, where did they, my friend got them, I think from like Brazil or something. And then she realized she couldn't eat almonds anymore, some health reasons, so she gave me like an $80 bag of almonds. So I've got almonds for years. Walnuts are another one of the nuts I really like. Yeah, tomatoes on the vine, that is such a good smell. I agree, Sabrina. See, here's what I want to know. Like, before, I mean, it's all stuff I should probably talk about it when I do the reaction video. I'll do that first so I don't like say anything preemptively, and then maybe we'll do another live stream after the fact. I think that's why I'm like reading comments from like 5 minutes ago. I'm a little backed up there. I always try to read all the comments, but sometimes I don't get them all. Yeah. Where are my moderators at? John has a lot of videos. Well, yeah, John is, I think he's got the John Kohler. I think he's got the biggest online juicer store. I think he's had that before, like YouTube and everything. He's had that on the internet since the 90s. So he knows all about that stuff. I did a couple interviews with him in the past too. Get his take on some different things. How is produce expensive? Produce, not pills. It's expensive where I live. It depends where you live. Some places, like I know for John Kohler, I know he used to drive to the terminal. He used to drive from his place in Vegas all the way to I think it was either LA or San Diego. I forget, but all the produce came in there, and he would get boxes and crates. I remember I stayed with him at a hotel during Expo, and his whole hotel, I mean, I got pictures of it, were crates of fresh fruits and stuff. Like even in the bathroom, you couldn't use the sink. If you wanted to wash your hands, you had to turn the shower on into it, because even in the sink, he had crates of like mangoes, and like I've got pictures somewhere. Like it's, maybe I'll try to find it someday for you guys, but I've never seen so much fruit that he had purchased and had in there. So he's like a raw vegan of like 20 years. I don't have a vacuum blender. No, I don't. Actually, my blender recently broke, and I have like a Chefman bullet, and for what I use it for right now, it works really good, actually. I've just been making smoothies with it pretty much. But yeah, I need to get the Blendtec I have. It does have a warranty, so I just need to contact them, and they'll send me a new one. Did I mean Vitamix and got auto-corrected? Oh, somebody else wrote that? I've never had a Vitamix, but when John, not John Kohler, John Vegan Homestead, when he used to be a roommate here years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, he lived here and he had a Vitamix, so we kind of put the Blendtec on the back burner, and I used his Vitamix. I really like the Vitamix. It works very well. It does the job very fast. Let's just say that. The Blendtec is an amazing machine too. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Vitamix got their technology from Blendtec. And I think they just kind of made it a little better. What else? My hair is drying. I just got out of the shower. Yeah. Clementines are one of my favorites, and oranges. It's hard to find oranges that are not covered. It's hard to find a lot of fruit these days that's not covered in shellac or beeswax. And everything's covered with even the organic stuff. It's covered with usually beeswax or something like that. But I did find, where was I? Target. I think I got them at Target, and I think it was covered in vegetable wax. So I've got some oranges there. And and that's really up to you guys, because like, I mean, it's on so much things, it's just ridiculous. And like, if it's something like an orange, you're gonna peel the orange peel anyway, but it's just a hassle that they do that in the first place, and it's like, why do you have to do that? But yeah, I hate when I buy a bag of oranges. I open them up, I cut them up. I usually cut them. I've never really been able to like swallow all the pulp of an orange. I usually would just, ever since I was a little kid, start chewing on it until I got all the juices out of it and like spit the pulp out. And I'm still that way today. Like, I'll cut them into wedges and I'll like kind of get all the juice out of it. I love doing that. It's a good snack for me, and I have a whole bag of them. But I hate it when I get an orange that's just not sweet enough. It's not a good orange. And I hate that with watermelon too. I want to do a video on some of the snacks I've been eating, because really healthy, and I've been just snacking on them like so much. So good. And I know I'm being vague right now because I want to save it for like a video. You have a Ninja and it's loud AF. Yeah, I used to have a Ninja before I got the Blendtec. The Blendtec actually partnered up with me when I did my cookbook. I used them in my cookbook, and instead of paying me cash, they sent me like 4 blenders. So I had a bunch of blenders. vacuum blenders away. Now I did partner up with. Now I can get a vacuum blender if you guys want me to do that. I partner with TriBest, and TriBest is one of the blender companies that actually John Kohler does. He works with sometimes too, especially at the. Do I like music? Yes, I like music. But TriBest makes some really good blenders, vacuum blenders, stuff like that. And they did reach out to me a few months ago and asked me if I wanted any of their gadgets and review them. And I just said, let's hold off because I'm going to be at Expo and I'll just come there and I'll see what you got. And I just, we all know Expo didn't happen because of the pandemic. And then I just never really followed up. But maybe I should do that and check out. Because the juicer I have now, I've had it for a while, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I like it. It's a good juicer. It's the Slow Star by TriBest. Yeah, John has like 1 million videos out there. So anything about blender related or garden related or compost or anything like that, you can usually go to his videos and find something there. Yeah, that's another thing that I really hate. I think most vegans hate that, like Sabrina. They add milk products to so many things that it's totally unnecessary. You're so right. You'll see something that doesn't need it, and then they'll do it like for other things too, not milk products, but not all, but a lot of Planters peanuts are not even vegetarian because they have gelatin on them. And I went on the vegan cruise and I saw that in like happy hour, everybody was hanging out in the lounge and they had like this little thing of peanuts, and I was looking at them and I picked them up and I looked at them and I looked over at the guy in charge and I'm like, what kind of peanuts are these? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, can we find out real quick? Because I see everybody eating them. And they look over at the chef and they're like, oh, they're Planters. And I'm like, can I see that real quick? I'm like, they're not vegan. Don't eat them, everybody. Spit them out. And like everybody was like, that was like an honest mistake. Nobody thinks that a peanut would not be vegan, not even vegetarian. Just crazy stuff like that. How would I feel if my family was all hush-hush about veganism? Yeah, I mean, people are like that. I guess my family was kind of like that at the beginning. They've come around. It's taken a long time, but, things have changed since the 90s. So there's some other things that are new at Trader Joe's too that I want to try out. My Trader Joe's doesn't have it, but I was looking for. Trader Joe's now has a vegan turkey burger. Now, I've never had a turkey burger, even before I was a vegetarian. But I'm interested in trying this because I don't know what the play in the name is or the flavors in it, but if it's vegan, I want to give it a try. And I want to find it. It wasn't at my Trader Joe's when I went there. It's the vegan vampire. I gotta say, it's feeling really good in here now. I had just got out of the shower and I turned the air conditioner on because it was so hot up here. And now it's finally kind of feeling a little better. John does an interview where he talks about skincare. Yeah, I feel like these comments are like very delayed. I wonder how much the delay is here that you guys are hearing what I'm saying, because I was talking about the gelatin like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, and then there's like just regular things that you just wouldn't think, and they got like milk powder or whey in it, and it's like, why? Why would you put that in there? You really need to put milk in there. Why don't you use some, plant milk or something? But, a lot of companies see that. I think that they're starting to see this. And they're, for whatever reason, I'd just like to see companies go vegan. Even, we all know it's for the money. But you know, when a company has a product and all they really need to do is change one little thing about it to make it vegan, and you see them like, oh, they revamped these cookies. Now they don't have that milk powder in them anymore. And it's like, oh, cool. Now vegans can eat them if they want them. Let's see. What else we have here? Daniel says, I always rock my vegan zombie beanie at work. I think the security guard recognized it. Oh, that's cool. Even now, since it's starting to get really hot out. Because I'll tell you what, like, you know, I may have told this story before, but when I was going to school at University of Florida back in 2001, 2000 to 2001. Okay, Gainesville, Florida is super hot pretty much all year long. And I was growing my hair, not as long as it is now, but it was like, you know, it went from like buzz cut to kind of like, you know, growing a little bit. And, you know, you don't like how your hair looks in the process of growing out. So, I had a beanie. I had a skateboarding beanie, and I would wear it all the time. People would actually notice me because I would go to in the courtyard each day, 2 days of the week. It was like Tuesday and Thursday or something. I would go to the Hare Krishnas, and they had prasadam, which is like vegan food that they made, and I would buy that. They weren't selling it, but donation. So I'd give them their donation, and I would always get that. And apparently there was another because I asked about, you know, being vegan and everything, and they're like, yeah, it's all vegan, it's all vegan. So they knew me as somebody who was vegan, whereas other people were just walking by and they would try the food and they didn't even know it was vegan. But I guess apparently there was another kid there on campus, another student. I say kid because like I feel like even though I'm, you know, older, I still feel like I'm a kid. So I'm probably always going to call myself a kid, even when I'm 80. Anyway, so there was somebody else there that apparently looked a little bit like me, and they said, okay, you're the one with the beanie, and the other one's not. So that's how they recognized me, the one with the beanie, and it was kind of weird, and it stuck out because it's very, very hot down there, and I would always wear a beanie. Anyway, that probably was off on a tangent, but oh, the dilly bars. I just actually saw that. I heard about that last week or so. The dilly bars. Those are the Dairy Queen vegan ice cream bars. Wow, we've come a long way. The Dairy Queen now has vegan ice cream bars, individually made and wrapped in a box, so there's no cross-contamination. So even Dairy Queen is filling the void. Now let's hope that all these places stop using dairy animal products and start going with alternative products. Coconut powdered milk. I can make the vegan chocolate mix and other delicious. Is it the one by Edward and Sons? They have, yeah, they gave me a few. I still think I have some downstairs. Personally, I try to stay away from the coconut products, but they do have them out there. Yes, the Dairy Queen does have that. A summer beanie. What is a summer beanie? Is it like a shirt-like material beanie? Because I'm down with getting one of those. I mean, I could probably still wear my beanie inside like this, just because it's nice and cool now. Let's see. I have been filming other videos now that I got the camera back. I actually filmed the video that I posted yesterday. I filmed that last week. and I have another one that I filmed. But I think I'm going to hold off on that one and do the one I already was talking about, just because it's more relevant right now. No, Big Josh does not live with me. He has been gone since the end of March, so he's not here. And I don't know any plans for his videos. You got to ask him. I'm no longer making videos with Josh. Non-Dairy Queen. There you go. Non-Dairy Queen. Non-Dairy Queen. 10 times better than Dairy Queen. For all the reasons. Oh, let's see. Got about 25 minutes left on here. The coconut, the dilly bars are made with coconut cream. Okay. Thanks, Vegan Ruby. I saw a post on that today, actually. They're like those. I wonder how they taste. You know, So Delicious has really good bars like that. What else? What else has been new here? Did my 22 days protein powder come from their website? I did link a link that you can get it on Amazon. But for a while there, they weren't selling it. They were out everywhere on Amazon, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I used to work with them. Like, I used to do sponsorship with them, and I know the owner. So luckily, they ship me straight from their warehouse. They ship me the protein powder when I'm out. So that's where I get it. And they, like I said in the video, they used to sell it at Target. They used to sell it at Wegmans. And I don't know where else they sold it, but I can't find it anywhere in the stores anymore. But Amazon and their website, 22 Days Nutrition, all has it. And like I said, genuinely, it's my favorite protein powder. The vanilla is so good. A vegan blizzard would be great. You know what? I had one of those when I was in Germany. When I was at, the closest to one I had. It was so good. And it was at Vegans. I was doing my book tour, and Vegans has like a little ice cream maker there, and they have them in like a little. They were using like a rice stream ice cream, and it was in the form of like a little hockey puck. And they would put it in this machine. And then this thing would come down and push it down and then mix it up with whatever. Like, you could get cookie crumbles or chocolate chips or peanut butter or whatever you wanted in there. And so I got like this blizzard on this vegan waffle cone. And I have a picture of it somewhere. There's no way I can find it right now, but one of the best ice creams I've ever had, ever. Do they have salted caramel flavor? Unless they have something new, no, I don't believe they do. The ones that they have are vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. Vanilla being by far my favorite, and strawberry close second. And they also, I don't know if they still sell them, but they used to have protein bars, and I really liked them too. But I haven't had one in probably since last year or sometime. They were so good. So good. And that is owned by my friend Marco Borges, and Beyonce actually owns part of the company as well. So they have also nutrition plans, diet plan, I don't know diet, but a meal planning and stuff. And they have her meal plan on there when she was doing, I don't know anything about this, so I don't know if she still does it or not, but he was her personal nutritionist, or all vegan. So, and no, I don't believe that Beyonce is vegan, but she did promote it for a little bit. There was a big thing on that testing for heavy metals. No, they were good. I asked them about this. Everything is within standards. It's good. It's not one of those. There was some. I don't even really want to say anything because I don't know exactly what I'm saying. But there was some people that were asking about it, so I forwarded it on to them and I said, "What do you know about this? What can you tell me about this?" And it was all, it's good. It's not like the Vega or anything like that. Simple ingredients. There's like 4 ingredients in it, and they're all like whole ingredients, like sacha inchi powder, flaxseed, I believe pea protein, and then vanilla bean flavor for the one, and there's organic stevia. Now I know a lot of people don't like stevia. I don't either. I'm not one of the fans of stevia. But honestly, I can't taste it in this, and if I can't taste it, I'm fine with it. And a lot of people don't like it not because it's not good for you. It's organic. It's a natural thing. It's a natural sweetener. But a lot of people don't like it because there's a weird taste to it. But honestly, I can't taste it, and there are certain ones that I can taste. In case you're wondering, I'm not getting paid to say any of this. Like, it's legit my favorite one. Wait, how come that's not coming through over here? So I'm getting a weird delay on the YouTube thing over here, but I see it over here. Vegan Ruby, thank you for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that, and it helps me out more than you guys know. No, I've never made pea milk. That sounds weird, doesn't it? No, but pea protein, peas. How are my parents? My parents are good. My mom actually, I guess, got the antibody test to see if she did have it with a false negative. She didn't. But my parents are doing, they're doing well. When's the last time I saw them? I saw them like probably a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Zac Efron became vegan during self-quarantine. That's good to hear. It's always good when a celebrity with a big following goes vegan, but my fear is, when somebody goes vegan and they're not vegan anymore. And even some of the ones that you thought were doing it for, like, some of them like for ethical reasons, like what's his name? Not Chris, but Liam Hemsworth. And, he was promoting it as an animal lover. And when the fires happened, he went back and saved all the animals. And it's like, oh, yeah. And then the whole health kidney thing. He could have easily changed his diet around and stayed vegan and not had problems with kidney stones. Viva Life, I did hear about that. And I did try that once because Craig has it. And he let me try it. And that's a bummer because it's really good. It tastes really good. As far as I know, I think Trini is not a raw vegan, but she goes raw for like a few weeks at a time, and then eats other food and then raw again, which is something that, I do as well sometimes, and I have done in the past. You have to get a COVID test before your surgery. Yeah, I'm one of the people that have had the test, and they're. I don't mean to scare you, but they're not. It's not the end of the world, but it's not pleasant. I don't like them. So Trini says, starting tomorrow, I do it 3 times a year, between 1 to 3 weeks. You do feel a reach if you're eating normally processed foods, junk food, stuff like that, and then you go raw vegan, you'll feel a difference. You'll feel, I don't know, I felt lighter, and I don't know. I did raw vegan for 3 months. and I felt good. And then I did a juice fast with John, and I didn't feel any different from that. He did. I didn't, and it was weird. It was a weird feeling because you're not actually chewing or eating anything, and I didn't think I'd be able to do it. But after a few days, I was like, yeah, it's weird because I'm not chewing or eating anything. But I didn't feel any different from being a raw vegan to doing that, just because I had already felt, at peak performance. But at the same time, I did try the raw vegan, and I don't think it's for everyone. And I decided to try cooking food, but still eating all whole foods and not doing any processed foods. And I didn't feel a difference between being raw vegan and cooking my food. As long as I was eating, no processed foods, no junk foods like that, it was all the same. So, go ahead, cook your foods if you feel like you want to cook them, if it feels more satiable. And I don't know. Over the years I've found like a balance, because I like to indulge in certain foods that are, not probably the healthiest foods, but I like to do that every once in a while. So, but yeah, I'm very health conscious, and I'm very body conscious, and I know my limits. I'm not speaking for anybody. I'm speaking for what I found personally. So, people are different. Everybody's different. So, yeah. Zia, thank you for the super chat, for the $5 super chat, and also Vegan Lee. Thank all three of you for the super chats. Yeah, it definitely helps me out. Yeah, I'm actually, I lost a lot of weight too when I did it. I'm actually up in weight right now. And just being home, I've been working out like again, nothing's changed. So I work out every day. I do a lot of pull-ups and a lot of push-ups, and I did a lot of pull-ups. I saw that pull-ups are hard, like you really got to build up to doing pull-ups, and I've been doing them for 8 years now, so I can do pull-ups. But I did like 100 the other day, and I kind of hurt my elbow from doing so many. And the same thing, I do like about 150 push-ups, and my shoulder, I kind of hurt my shoulder, but I still kind of push through them and do them. Because they're my main source of exercise right now, not being able to go to the gym. So, and I have a few dumbbells, and I've been talking to Craig too, like seeing like some suggestions that he gave me some suggestions on doing some different, techniques that I've been doing too. So it's good to switch it up a little bit. I've got about 10 more minutes, guys, and then I got to get going. Yeah, that's exactly true, Trini. Trini says everything that I say, it's not for everyone, just like I said. But she grew up in the Caribbean. Trini Vegan, Trinidad. I always wondered why she called her name Trini Vegan. And then I met her, and I was like, oh, that's why. And there's a lot of fruit trees, and you're used to monofruit meals. Yes, absolutely. When I lived in Florida, there was this. Well, there's a lot of orange trees and stuff like that. And avocado, you can just go pick them. But I remember at this one certain place, there was a mango tree. And we grabbed a garbage bag and we filled it up with mangoes. And we just had a ton of mangoes. And, they're so expensive here. And I just remember, like, that was 25 years ago. So, oh, yeah, you guys are all saying, Indy. Yes, I know. I think he's behind me right now. My bicep, you can't really see my bicep because I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. But I do have a bicep. Yes, I do. It's not all skin and bones. Do I do them in sets? I do. I do about 50 push-ups in a row, and then I'll try to do. I can absolutely do it. I used to. The most I've ever done is 123 push-ups in a row. I don't try to do that anymore. I just do them in sets. I usually do 40 to 50 in a row, and then I'll do another 40 or 50, and then I'll do another 40 and 50. So it fluctuates. Sometimes I'll do 120 push-ups, sometimes 150 push-ups, give or take. Pull-ups, the most pull-ups I've ever done in a row, and I have won competitions, and I've even beat out Marines and stuff. Going to, I know this one time I went to a food festival here in Syracuse, and they had a Marine pull-up challenge, and they were doing them and stuff, and I got the high thing. The most I've ever done is 41 or 42 pull-ups in a row. Pull-ups are hard, and it took me a long time to be able to get to that point. And basically all I did one day was I'm going to change my life. I'm going to start working out every day. And I got a pull-up bar. It was $20 or $30. I put it in my doorway, and I could only do 5 or 6 of them. And I just continued to do that. I worked at my desk. I was always sitting down because I was a special investigator. So I'd either be in my car driving, and then I'd be interviewing somebody, usually sitting down, and then I'd be driving. And when I say driving, long distances. I'd have to drive hours away and hours back, and then I'd come home and I'd have to sit down and type everything up. So I was doing a lot of sitting, so I figured I don't want to sit for so long. So every 20 to 30 minutes, I would get up and I would just go do some pull-ups. And at the beginning I could only do 5 or 6, and then doing that every day, multiple times a day, I made my way up to being able to do 10 in a row. And then I'm okay, I can do 10 pull-ups. And then, I got up to 12, and then 15, and then I'm doing 20. And then I went to the expo, and they had a pull-up bar competition, and I came in second place that year. I did 25. And then the next year I'm doing 35. And then finally I could do 42 in a row. And then that was crazy, just being able to do 42 pull-ups in a row. I can't do it anymore just because I kind of gave my body a break. I kind of felt like a weird, I don't know if it was nerve damage or whatever, but I felt like a weird nerve in my arm after doing so many pull-ups. So I'm all right, I'm going to calm it down a little bit. There's really no sense in trying to prove to anybody that I can do all these pull-ups. I'm only, as long as I know I can, work out on my own, and, I'm okay with it myself. I don't need to prove it to anybody else. So now I'll do sets of I'll start out and I can do I'll do 12 to 15 pull-ups, and then I'll do 12 to 15 more. And then on my third set, I can't do 15 anymore, so I'll probably do 10 or 12, and then I'll try to keep doing 10. So the other day I did 100. And the reason why I did it, because I saw all these people posting that they did this Murph challenge, and the Murph challenge was it's the guy from American Sniper, the guy that inspired it. And they were doing a mile run, and then 100 pull-ups, and then 200 push-ups, and then 200 squats or something like that, and then another mile run. And I'm you gotta be kidding me. I don't know. I'm not calling anybody out, but I'm are you really doing 100 pull-ups? Because I've been doing pull-ups for 8 years now, and it's difficult for me to do 100 pull-ups. It's going to take me the majority of the day. So are you really are they doing assisted pull-ups, or I'm just I'm just wondering, how all these people are and I've been doing these for 8 years straight. So I'm all right, let's give it a shot. So let's see if I can do 100 pull-ups. And it took me a few hours, and I was doing I did 15, and then I did 15 more, and then I did 10, and then I did 10, and I did 10, and I did 10, all the way until I did 100 pull-ups. And my arm hurts from that now. So I don't know. I'm just going off on a tangent. Sorry. I'm going to have to get going in about 5 minutes here. Yeah, right. Yes. Who told? I had that conversation with, I think my interview with Brian Turner. You're right, Zachary. A weighted belt. Then I can do less pull-ups and still get the gains. My only thing about that is I'm afraid, at least where I do my pull-ups, that I'm going to pull my whole door frame down if I put any more weight on it. but yeah, if I can get out to like a playground where there's a jungle gym or anything like that. The thing about pull-ups is like they're free. You don't need to go to a gym. You can find like literally a tree branch. I used to when I would go visit my parents, they have a clothesline in the backyard, and I would do pull-ups there. Anytime I'd have a chance to do some pull-ups, I would do a few pull-ups, and I would do different kinds of pull-ups, like the authentic pull-up like this. I would do wide grip. I would do close grip. I would do these are actually chin-ups, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit easier, different muscles. And then there's a bar there where I can grab on like this and do pull-ups that way. And those were the easiest for me to do, those ones. So I could do a lot of those ones. But yeah, just go into a jungle gym. You can find monkey bars or something like that and do pull-ups there. 17,000 steps. That's awesome. I definitely didn't do that today, but I do want to go for a walk tonight. It's super nice out. Yeah, like I said, doing pull-ups is like, even if you're in shape and you don't do pull-ups and you don't work those muscles, it can be hard for like even people that are in like the best shape to do a decent amount of pull-ups unless you're doing them all the time and you're pretty lean. It's difficult because you're pulling up all the weight of your body, so. All right, so some people are saying good night. So good night if you got to go. I should probably get going now too. It's a perfect time. Like I said, I had to get going at 10 o'clock anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that video that I was talking about earlier. And I don't know, tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going to try to get that done and post it for you guys. So if you guys haven't already, check out my last video I did. I posted it yesterday. I didn't post it on Monday like normal, but yeah, hey. Thanks for watching and thanks for the super chats. How do I stop this? End stream. This is a new setup here. I'll see all you guys later. Have a great night. Watch out for zombies.